Welcome to On the Record, Updates and Echoes, a podcast by the Pocahontas Record-Democrat. We're sponsored this month by Murray Law Firm. Last week, I had the chance to meet one of Pocahontas' newer residents, someone who told me how grateful he is to be living here. Lee Wiggins moved to Pocahontas to be closer to his wife's family, and after she and her sister bought and reopened Pizza Ranch. Not long after he arrived, however, his heart began to give out on him because of some previous health issues. Wiggins said he received an incredible amount of support from the local residents during his illness and hospitalization. You can read more in this week's Record-Democrat. Jack Gertis, who will walk across the stage at PAC later this month, is the school's Iowa Governor's Scholar for 2026. I asked Jack what inspired him to earn that achievement and which teachers were most influential to him. You can read his answers in this week's Record-Democrat and Loren's Sun. Calvin Lockram earned the same honors at Newell-Fonda High School, and I have an interview with him in this week's BV County Journal. Also on the front page of the Journal is a short story about a Newell-Fonda National Honor Society project that caught my attention when someone shared it on Facebook. A Newell-Fonda student is looking for information about Fonda-based World War II soldiers, sailors, and other servicemen who died in that war. I know some parts of the county have had road projects underway already, but just so you know, there's more to come. I've got a roundup of state and county road projects in this week's papers. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Pick up the paper to see what the Pocahontas County Behavioral Health Coalition is doing to raise more awareness of mental health issues. The Zone in Pocahontas is doing major renovations to the bowling alley. I took a tour a few weeks ago to see how they would remove the giant pin setters that have been there for years. Read about the changes in this week's edition and be ready to check them out in person next month. The Zone will remain open during construction. The bowling alley is closed. You've all seen the bright Pokey mural downtown, right? The artist of that mural submitted it, and another one that she made in Emmitsburg, to a statewide design contest and won recognition for both of them. I love that the murals here are catching attention beyond Pocahontas and Emmitsburg. I was a little disappointed. I asked for some of the judges' comments to see what they liked about the murals, and the folks in charge of the art directors of Iowa group said they couldn't share those with me. So you won't see what the judges have to say, but you will get to read about this contest or this particular award and the recognition. Last week, high school teams were very, very busy. Some of the standout results included PAC's Haley Hosworth, who won the shot put, Danica Dreeth, who won the 100-meter dash and the 100 hurdles, and the 4x100 team of Dreeth, Hosworth, Natalie Summerlaw, and Chloe Meffert, who earned first in 52.71 seconds at one of their meets. Adam Marsh of Pocahontas Area won the discus, and Carson Wielander was second in the long jump in Manson on Tuesday. At Newell-Fonda, the boys and girls golf teams both won two of their meets, and we've got coverage of that and their track competitions in this week's Journal. The PAC girls golf team had a send-off for head coach Leon Johnson, who's retiring after this year. Up next is the Echoes portion of the podcast. You'll hear an interview with our May sponsors, Murray Law Firm, next week.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome to the Echoes portion of the podcast. I'm Erin Summers. With me is Sandy Rutherford. We're recording this on May Day. You'll get it a little bit later than that, but that inspired me, as well as a conversation with Eric, who got the suggestion from someone at Pomeroy Covenant Church that we should look into May Day traditions in the newspaper. And even as I sat down to write up this script, my own second grader was allegedly walking around Rockwell City delivering May baskets. So last year, I know that on May Day, our doorbell rang and set everybody off. And it was one of Ellison's fellow jazz band members and his younger sisters delivering May baskets to our house.
Oh, that's
It was
sweet.
just candy. Like, it was great. They were thrilled.
That's so sweet.
It was super sweet. Did you ever make or deliver any May baskets? Do you remember?
I know we made them in elementary school.
Yeah, I think
don't
we did
know
too.
that we made them to take anywhere.
Okay. I think we were always supposed to, but I never did. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I seem to remember a lot of construction paper and like,
Yes. Construction paper handles on the styrofoam coffee cups.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. The coffee cups. Yes. That's exactly how we did it. Okay. So, I have to say, like, I was really expecting to find more in the paper. And I didn't find what I expected. I did find a couple things, but first I'm going to cheat a little bit and use an NPR story from 2015 because they went through newspapers nationally and found what I was hoping to find in Pocahontas.
Okay.
They quoted from the, Sterling, Illinois Gazette in 1871. And it says, a reporter explained the seasonal ritual this way. A May basket is, well, I hardly know how to describe it, but 'tis something to be hung on a door, made of paper, generally. It contains almost anything by way of small presents you have in mind to put in it, together with your respects, best wishes, love, perhaps. It is hung after dark at the door of anybody the hanger fancies, which done, the said hanger knocks and scampers.
Oh.
So I thought that was kind of fun. And the way he says, I hardly know how to describe it. I wonder if it was one of those things that people just didn't write about because, again, it was just everybody was doing it.
Huh.
The article, the NPR story, did include a picture of First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt with two little kids in the 1940s bringing her May baskets.
Oh.
So May basket. If you don't know, it's a little basket with treats inside.
And so they would hang them on the door and knock and run away.
Run away.
Oh.
And so I don't know if it had their name in it. Are you supposed to know who it's from? I don't know. So I did find some reports in the Record Democrat, and that wasn't the Record Democrat back then. The Democrat was first. Sorry, from May 6, 1920.
Okay.
And it was a May Day, and I think this word is pronounced fete. It's French. I've always pronounced it fete. Fete. I suppose you can correct me. On Friday afternoon of this week, if the weather permits, the pupils of the high school will give an outdoor May program on the old high school grounds. This promises to be an enjoyable affair for the children and the onlookers. Some of the May Day customs will be observed, including a procession of all classes, crowning of the May Queen, and the winding of the May poles. Besides these, a miscellaneous program of drills and dances in appropriate costumes has been prepared by the different, I missed something there, but the exercises will be, I think it was different grades.
It doesn't actually say. It just says by the different, and then it goes to the next sentence.
Okay, that's why I didn't notice it as
they forgot the word.
I kind of like finding typos sometimes in the old papers. It makes me feel better.
Yes.
Although we have fewer excuses because we do them on computers and not with lead type. But anyway, the exercises will be free to the public and everyone is invited to attend. I found a couple references to the May Queen. I mean, I knew about maypoles. I'd heard of that.
Yeah.
So the next one is May 6th, 1909. And it starts with the name of a club in just abbreviated. And I don't know what it stands for. I tried a little Googling, but it's too generic to come up with anything.
I was going to ask that if you knew what it meant.
It did not. The DDCs have the name of always giving their guests a good time. And well did the members of this club sustain that reputation when they entertained a number of gentlemen friends at Ronnick's Opera House last Saturday evening. The young ladies have made it a practice for several years to have an annual occasion, a ghost party on Halloween, a Valentine party on February 14th, or something that might be appropriate to the time. The occasion selected this year was the celebration of May Day. The first inkling the guests had of what was coming was the receipt of small paper May baskets, which contained an invitation to meet Saturday evening, May 1st at Ronnick's Hall. And I skipped a little. It says, Old English May Day customs were observed, even to the winding of the ribbons around the maypole by the club and guests to the strains of music. So again, maypoles, somebody probably crowned themselves a queen, let's be honest.
Right.
Yeah.
But so it sounds like it's a group of girls.
Yes.
Who then invited a bunch of guys.
Yes.
Who were listed later.
Yes. Yeah, I skipped the part where they all got listed because we don't know them all. And
it's like a singles night?
It's kind of a singles night or just a socially acceptable way for men and women to hang out together. And here we're at a public place and nowhere to sneak off to and get into trouble.
Right?
I don't know.
Maybe.
The next one, May 18th, 1922. Friday, May 21st, will be the May Day pageant and school exhibit day. The afternoon will be given over to May Day dances and the crowning of the May Day Queen, followed by a historical pageant. In the evening, the public speaking class will give 2 one-act plays. And I thought it was really interesting that they weren't doing May Day until May 21st.
Yeah.
And I was going to look up when May Day was, exactly if it was ever set. I mean, it's not a national holiday still. It's a cultural holiday.
Oh, so maybe it's changed throughout the years.
Maybe it has. I don't know. The other thing, when you start looking up May Day, you get a lot of things like workers' unions, like
Oh.
striking. Labor unions, May Day was a holiday with sort of a different tone than
Oh.
leaving May baskets. So I was getting more results on that than
Huh.
the other. But the other thing I thought that was kind of fun were the May Day sale ads from the 1940s. I think both of them I found were from the 1940s. So if you want to go to that huge grocery store ad,
Yes.
and the thing that I thought was so funny is we have you might have a furniture store that has a President's Day sale, or there's this kind of weird holiday sale. And I had never heard of May Day sales, but it was definitely a thing in the 40s, at least around here.
Yeah.
So this is from April 30th, 1942, and it is more than a quarter of the page.
Oh, yes.
It is a very large ad. And it is for the Council Oak stores. It says May Day canned food sale. Government priorities have already curtailed the variety in all food stores. As the war continues, more items will disappear from retail shelves. Both local and world conditions assure us that costs will not decline. The widest and most complete assortment of foods of dependable quality is to be had at Council Oak. Stock your pantry with superb brand foods at our special May Day prices this weekend. So first of all, I don't know that I've ever seen a grocery store ad from during World War II, or I've never paid attention to one.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that.
So I thought that was interesting, and I didn't look too carefully at what they had, but
vanilla chocolate drops is huge.
Yes.
I'm very confused as to what vanilla chocolate drops are.
as opposed to chocolate
I mean,
drops.
would that be like almond bark?
yeah,
something?
maybe?
I don't know.
Yeah. Or maybe it's sweet chips versus like a dark chocolate, like a bitter cocoa or a baking
Yeah.
cocoa. So I, of course, I caught the name of the grocery store and said, I haven't heard anything about that grocery store. I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
So
that's a new name.
I Googled, the Sioux City Public Museum website had one of their catalogs. So in 1890, some gentlemen in Sioux City started a grocery wholesale business. And then in 1916, the company also started its own chain of retail grocery stores called Council Oak, after a brand of a line of their products. These stores were some of the first true supermarkets in Sioux City, but they quickly expanded to cover over 90 stores all across the Midwest. We had a chain grocery store here, like a regional chain grocery store, which I thought was really interesting. The other thing I noticed, the first fruit that's there is peeled apricots in a can, which is not something that I think I've ever had. But I would imagine any fruit you could get at this point, like if a lot of it's going off to the war effort. And just kind of the same as I did last week, 2 cans for 27 cents in 1942 is $5.68 today, which 2 big cans of fruit is going to cost you $4 to $5 at least.
Yeah. So a lot of times they're 2 for $5.
Yeah.
But at least the last time I bought them, which has been a while.
So those were the things that I noticed. That was, I didn't find as many interesting May Day things. I really would have loved to have found a firsthand account or
right.
But I think it's one of those things that just everybody did it and it didn't make the paper.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
So what'd you find? I see highlighted.
I highlighted our fill ads.
Oh, they're
and
fun.
I don't know if Eric could put a picture of them up later, Matt. But there's a picture of a guy at the end of the dock tied to a rock that says an easier way to solve business troubles is to advertise here.
I like that.
And then the other one said, one step won't get you there, and one ad won't bring success. You must keep on advertising.
Ooh.
Things we know to be true.
Yeah, I like that. Actually,
like
that's just really good advice.
Those.
I think so too, especially this one.
Right?
Yeah, redo that one. I want to run that one.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, those were the 2 things that really, they just caught my eye.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, it was interesting. There's always other fun stuff. I found a few things that I put away for another day, on some advertising ideas as well. So
I will say that there was this thing down here about an editor's duty.
Oh, really?
And I don't know if I can read it all because it gets a little jobbly in there, but it says an editor's duty. An exchange says it is to speak of the town as the liveliest place beneath the blue arc of heaven. Speak of a deceased citizen as a fallen oak when he died from drinking moonshine.
Sorry.
Call a man a prominent citizen when you know he is the best poker player in town. Speak of a street Arab as a bright-eyed youth on the road to fame. A big-footed newly married woman as a beautiful and accomplished bride. A man who has a few dusty bolts of what appears to say calico, a prosperous and experienced dry goods merchant. A lawyer, a shining light when you know him to be an ordinary pettifogger, and call an ordinary doctor a skilled, eminent surgeon when he does not pass skill enough to lance a boil.
Oh, I like that a lot. They're not wrong. They're not
Got to
wrong.
make everything sound better in the paper.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Except we only tell you the truth. Only the truth.
Always.
Always. We are sponsored this month by Murray Law Firm. Thank you to Murray Law Firm for sponsoring us. And we will talk to you again next week.